Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show. West Ham United versus Everton. Tricky game for the Blues down at the London Stadium. Everton hoping to try and get something away from home, which is, worst team in the Premier League when it comes to away fixtures. And Everton have just got to pray they can get something out of this game. In goal, Jordan Pickford. He's our number one. I've heard some people say about getting Begovic in goal after what happened against Newcastle United, but for me, he is our number one. Had a good game for England last week, and hopefully does the business. A clean sheet would be amazing. So he's back in goal for me. At right back, I'm going to go for Nathan Patterson. Played a couple of times for Scotland in the international break. Did really well in his first game against Poland. Certainly going forward. I do see him more as a right wing back. And you never know, Frank Lampard might decide to go three at the back and put him as a right wing back. But I'm still not really comfortable with three centre-backs, even though it probably does make sense with the midfield options we've got. But I'm going to go for him as a right back, give him an opportunity, see how he gets on. On the other side, I'm going to go for Ben Godfrey as left back. Again, it's more about the pace and the power he offers, and trying to just be a little bit more defensive. I don't think we need two full backs who fly forward. I think not that Mykolenko really has flown forward. I think he's been stuck sort of in between Mykolenko. So I'm going to go for Ben Godfrey at left back. I think the power and the pace, and I still don't think he's the best defender in the world. I think at left back you get a little bit. I think it's a little bit like when Joleon Lescott come in, and you had a player learning his trade and being able to do it at left back. I think Ben Godfrey, it does suit him playing a left back. It's just that our centre backs are so poor. If we had a couple of really good centre backs, I think it'd be ideal for him to play left back. But for this game, I'm going to go for him at left back. The centre backs are Michael Keane and Mason Holgate. I loathe to have to pick those two. I really do. But Yerry Mina's been injured. Jared Branthwaite has been injured. And yes, Godfrey could play centre-back. Or you could play the three of them, or you could play Seamus as the right side centre-back in the three. I loathe to have to pick these two. But what else is there at the moment? What else is there? I don't know. Listen, you tell me in the comments. I see these two playing centre back, and I know I've got to play a combination of either Keane or Holgate has to play. Who knows? Everton might play, put 9 men behind the ball, and I think that's when actually Keane and Holgate are at the best, when they just have to defend and do nothing else, defend on the edge of the area. So maybe this is a game where that's what we do. We just defend on the edge of our area, and we say to West Ham, we'll break us down. We're not going to have a high line because it just doesn't suit those two. And we're going to say, just break us down. And it might suit us. Let's see what happens. Before we move on to the midfield, if you're looking for the side hustle of 2021, you'll do no better than starting with our video sponsor today, Profit Accumulator. The gambling industry is fierce and bookmakers compete against each other, making crazier and crazier sign-up offers in order to get your business. Profit Accumulator's dedicated team looks at these offers and presents them to you, so you'll be able to use the offers against one another to produce a profit time and time again. They've had over 150,000 customers to date, so definitely go and check out this offer. The link is in the description. Make sure you check it out. In midfield, I'm going to go for Adelaide Decore and Donny van der Beek. Decore played a little bit for Mali for the African nations. Didn't play the second game. African World Cup qualifiers, should I say. Again, it's not ideal. There's not a defensive midfielder in there. I would have loved to I thought we were going to have Delph available, but sadly it doesn't. I'm saying sadly. How mad is that? Saying sadly. But he's not available for another week, which is just mad. So I've gone for those two. That's all we have really in there. You know, Andre Gomez, we've seen him against Crystal Palace. He was terrible. He was absolutely terrible. Ahead of them, I'm putting in Anthony Gordon in a more central position. Now listen, this could be Delhi, and Gordon could be wide, but I'm going to put Anthony Gordon in a more central position, and I think that's where ultimately where he should be playing as a footballer, where you'll get the most out of him. Let's see whether he's got that in him. But we need someone who can help unlock defences from a central area, a playmaker. I don't know whether Delhi is quite a playmaker, but I'm going to go for Gordon in that central area. On the right, I'm going to go for Richarlison. I've seen him play, come off the bench and play for Brazil there. And he worked his backside off for the time he was on the pitch and got a goal. He can do that role. He can get up and down. He can fight. He can scrap. He can help Patterson out at right back. And he can get involved in the game, rather than just being stuck up front where, yes, he works hard, but he's isolated. And when he's sort of off Dom, he becomes isolated as well. So I'm going to go for him on that right-hand side. On the left-hand side, the Marty Grey, come on against Palace. Wasn't great, had a couple of shots, but he's had a couple of weeks training now. Hopefully he's a little bit fitter and can start doing a little bit of damage like he was earlier on in the season. And up front, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Again, he's had a couple of weeks to get fitter, get stronger. I expect him to start. He scored last season against them. He scored a hat-trick against them at home last season in the League Cup. Dom has got to start getting some kind of form going. For Everton's sake, he really, really has. And for his own sake, going into the end of this season. So he will start, and hopefully he'll start every game now to the end of the season and start chipping away, scoring some goals. And I know I've said this before, but he has to. He has to for Everton's survival. He really does. Big game Sunday, big game on Wednesday. So he's got to be fit and he's got to be at it. We've seen a little tiny bit of it against Newcastle when he set up Iwobi. Let's hope he does it again. There you go. That's my 11. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What you do. Would you go with 3 at the back because of the lack of midfield options? Let me know your thoughts. It's going to be a very, very difficult game. Let's see what happens. Don't forget, check out that offer from Profit Accumulator. If you want to, the link is in the description. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. You want more great videos. Join us over on Patreon. The link is in the description. It's on the screen now. There's a QR code as well to scan it as well for exclusive daily live videos. Thanks for watching. See you later.